Welcome back everyone to Catherine's Plates. I've got a casserole coming to you. Now this is a Mexican ground beef chili relleno casserole. It's got really good flavors in it. Okay, if you're ready for this one, I am. It comes together really easy. I'm going to show you really quick here how to roast your poblano peppers to get some really good flavors out of them. So let's go ahead and get started with that. We're going to start with these 4 fantastic looking poblanos here. Look at that. I've cleaned these off. I just rinsed them off and patted them dry. I've cut off the top of the pepper. And then just take your knife and go along the membrane and just cut them off. The little seed pouch. And then pop it out. Put it over there. And then just hit it on your board there. There we go. And it cleans out your pepper. I'm going to add just a very little bit of oil. So I'm just really just taking what I had poured onto one, just coating them very lightly. Don't overcoat and don't pour your pan full of oil either, because these are going to be cooking on a high heat. And they're going to be snapping and popping in there if you do that. So keep it very light. Now you know if I can eat these, you can too, because they are so mild, but it's just a delicious flavor. I'm going to place these in our oven that's been preheating at 450 degrees for 45 minutes. I go in about every 15 minutes and rotate the peppers just so that they get nice and blistered on all sides. Okay, I've pulled my peppers out of the oven. They are nice and charred and blistered. So we're going to place the peppers into a Ziploc bag. I'm just putting them in there flat to get all the air out. We're going to seal the Ziploc bag. We're going to leave these here for about 15 to 20 minutes so we can easily handle these. You can also just place the peppers into a bowl and put some plastic wrap over it to seal in the steam. Okay, so what I'm doing is just pulling them out of the bag, just laying it on the cutting board here, and then just peel off the skin that just comes right off. Just like that. And then what you can do is you just cut it. We're going to be using ours in long sheets here, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut it. Open it up, and that's how we're going to be using it for this recipe here. Alright, we're going to start in a large skillet over medium-high heat. I've got about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. We're going to brown this up, so I'm just breaking it up. To that, I'm going to go ahead and cook an onion, and I'm just going to cut it in big chunks, and then we're going to add that to it. Now we like to eat onions, so I'm going to be cooking a whole onion in there. If you want to do half an onion, you can do that too. Or you can just leave the onions out altogether. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead now and place it all into the ground beef here so it can all cook together. Okay, we're going to cook the ground beef until it is no longer pink and the onions are nice and soft. The ground beef is all nice and browned up now and the onions are nice and soft. What I'm going to do is add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of some salt, got chili powder. With this you can do like pepper flakes, like red pepper flakes, or you can use, what's another thing, like some hot sauce if you want to do that. Just to add a little bit of heat to it. Or you can totally leave this part out. I'm going to be doing about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Yeah, we're not going to put too much in there. Okay, then we got some cumin here. Nice Mexican flavors here. We're going to put like 1/2 teaspoon in. Put whatever you want. Okay, it's your flavor. That looks good right there. And then we're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of some black pepper. That looks good. We're going to cook this down for 1 minute and then we're going to turn it off. Okay, I've got my oven preheating at 450 degrees. What I'm going to do is take some nonstick cooking spray, and we're going to spray a 2.5 quart casserole dish here. You want that much room, okay? And we kind of want it narrow and not wide, okay? Unless you're going to be using a lot of poblanos and doubling the recipe, then I would just use something simple like this here. Okay, now I'm going to take 2 of the poblanos. Now just cut those in half to where they spread out. I'm going to lay them on the bottom of our baking dish here. Now they're nice and soft. Okay, just like that there. We are going to be using some Colby Monterey Jack cheese. We're going to put 1 cup and sprinkle it across the top of the peppers. I'm going to bring over my meat mixture. We're going to place half of this on top of the cheese. That meat smells so delicious with that cumin and a little bit of chili powder, garlic, pepper. Flavor it up, you guys. This is your dish. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and build our second layer the same way. We got our poblano pepper. One cup of our cheese. The rest of our meat mixture. Okay, we're going to top 1 more cup of cheese. And then we need to make our crust. I'm going to have something to hold this all together. Okay, in a medium bowl I've got 5 eggs. I'm just going to go ahead and break these up and whisk them up a little bit. I've got 1.5 cups of some heavy cream. You can use half and half. If you want to use milk, you can. Blend this together. Okay, we're going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of some salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of some black pepper, a little bit of chili powder here. Now we're just mimicking the flavors that we did in the ground beef, so it all has the same flavor. And some cumin. I'm probably putting in about 1/8 of a teaspoon of each seasoning here. And then we're going to go ahead and add 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. We're just going to blend this all together. We want a nice, smooth consistency. Okay, what we're going to do now is bring our casserole back over here and we're going to pour this on it. Okay, just evenly fill it all in. All over the top. Okay, we're going to place this in our oven. It's been preheating at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. And then we got one more step to do before we put it back in the oven. So I'll be back. Pull this out of the oven. I'm going to quickly place about another 1/2 cup of cheese on the top. It should be a little firm on the top there. I'm going to place this back in my oven for about 15 minutes. We want that cheese to be nice and melted and golden brown. Now stick around, you guys. You know you want to see what the inside of this looks like. Okay, and make sure that if you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Don't forget my thumbs up, and make sure you are sharing this video. Okay, I'll be back, and we're going to dig into it. We've pulled it out of the oven. Look at that nice cheesy crust on the top here. We're going to allow this to sit for about 10 minutes to kind of solidify. That flour, egg, and milk mixture made that delicious crust on the inside. It's kind of almost like a biscuit. We have that ground beef all flavored. And we got our poblano peppers there, and it's full of cheese. All right, there's my bite. like I'm at a Mexican restaurant with some beans on the side, some Mexican rice. Oh my gosh, we are talking some good stuff here. Of course, I think my husband's going to add some jalapenos to this for some more heat, right?
Oh, definitely.
And you can even put sour cream with this, some pico with this, cilantro, some green onions. Jazz it up, you guys. But let me tell you what, it's full of flavor and very delicious. Okay, give me a thumbs up on this one. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. Comment down below. You know I love to read all of your comments. I will see you on my next episode.